everyone. Thank you so much for joining our podcast, Coaching with Cadillac and Bonita. I'm Bonita Billingsley Harris.
And I'm Elijah Cadillac Harris.
And I am the media and communications person, and my husband's a long-term veteran football coach, and we're excited to be able to put our skills together to bring this to you. And we have a special treat today.
Very special treat.
In that we get to actually record this here at the Mount. Our church, we are partners here at the Mount, and we're so proud of all of the things the Mount does and grateful to have the opportunity to record our podcast with some amazing guests here at the Mount.
We're so excited about it because we know church is supposed to change lives, and this podcast is going to be part of that program. So excited.
Absolutely. We have a wonderful guest for you today. You are not going to want to miss this podcast. Someone that has amazing experience, not only in athletics, but also in elected office and just in life. Speaking of changing lives.
Wow. I mean, he changes lives all the time. He helps craft bills that are in the best interest of people. And I'm so happy to have my good fraternity brother, Cliff Hayes, here with us today.
Friend and fellow Mount partner and delegate. So thank you so much, Delegate Cliff Hayes, for joining us today.
Well, thank you all so much for having me. It's exciting to know that you have this podcast for one, and then I'm just so humbled that you have asked me to be a part of it.
Well, we were thrilled when you said yes, because we're fans, longtime admirers of all the things you do, and we've worked together on quite a few things. But we also know that athletics played an important part of your journey. So I'm wondering if you might start off by telling us a little bit about your athletic journey and how it's impacted who you are today.
Absolutely. So I'll just start back through the adolescent days, if you will.
Sure.
Started out playing baseball ever since T-ball age, 7 years old, and football since I was 8 years old. I come from an athletic family. My father was an athlete. All of the cousins, all of the kids in the neighborhood. I just so happened to grow up in a neighborhood where all of the guys were older than me. So I was always chasing the older neighbors and my older cousins. And so I think that in itself kind of honed and pushed me in my development. So it also built great confidence for me. While they were tearing me down, it actually was building me up.
That's right.
So when I got with my peers, I felt like there wasn't anything that I couldn't do, because I knew if I could do that with my older friends or my cousins or even my dad in many instances, if I could hit off my dad, what else is there, right? So when
and he was a man.
He's a grown man. So what else was there for me to be afraid of? Absolutely nothing.
Excellent. So is that what happened when you got to school and you started playing sports in middle and high school?
Yeah, I've continued through recreation right on to junior high school and high school, et cetera, and played in high school sports. Played 4 years as a letterman with the varsity baseball team, all 4 years. Football, I played JV my first 2 years, and varsity the last two, 11th and 12th grade on the varsity team. I was, just excited to be chosen by my peers also to be the captain of the baseball team and captain of our football team.
Wow.
So I had a wonderful life in athletics, went on to play baseball at Norfolk State University on a scholarship.
Behold.
The
green and gold.
And it's probably with athletics has taught me much about grit, sacrifice, stick-to-itiveness, and an unbelievable amount of courage. Again, as I said before, I mean, I literally, I'm older now, more wiser now, but in my younger life, there was absolutely nothing that I was afraid of. I can remember a time when I used to just think about who else, bring the pitch, throw a curve, throw a fastball. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who you were. At my age, I should have been afraid to hit off of some of them, but I wasn't. It was the earlier years of pouring into me what athletics could do. And even in my father's later years, when he finished playing, they formed a adult baseball team or softball team, if you will. And as my brother and I grew up, we grew up being their bat boys and that kind of thing. And out there, it was an alumni of their former teammates when they were in high school. They all played for segregated Carver High School in Chesapeake. At the time, it was the city of South Norfolk when they were there. But all of those athletes that they had played together with in their later years, they got together and started a baseball team, a softball team, if you will, from Chesapeake called the Pirates. And they would go all over and we would just follow all behind them. Cadillac, I think you would know many of the players that were on those teams, like Charlie Stoops, like Arthur Saunders and his two sons, Arthur Jr. and Stacy, that played for Indian River some years ago. Phenomenal athletes, and many others. But just being around that cadre of young athletes was probably a push for me. Again, they were older than I am, and being around them just gave me the confidence, just the belief that there was absolutely nothing that I couldn't do. That led to friendships with my friends, bonded with a dear friend, became my best friend, and Gus Wilson, William Gus Wilson. And I'll never forget, probably ever since we were probably about 12 years old, right on through high school, we were best friends. So we would compete against each other in everything, whether it's baseball, basketball, football. And that same competition spilled over into the classroom. We would challenge each other just like we would do in athletics. How many hits are you going to have today? You going to go 2 for 4? I'm going to go 3 for 4 or 4 for 4. You're going to shoot a jumper and hit a 3-pointer? I'm going to hit 5 3-pointers. You're going to run 1 touchdown? I'm going to run 6. And that's how it went between Gus and I, even to the classroom. And I saw Gus in the classroom, and he was getting A's. I couldn't let him get A's and I not get A's, so I pushed myself to make sure that I could make some A's. You going to work at McDonald's? I'm going to get a job at McDonald's. So we both worked at South Norfolk McDonald's. After that, he had a paper route.
You got a paper route?
I'm going to be on a paper route. And that's how we just kind of sharpen each other. We just sharpen each other.
Iron.
Just pushing each other and sharpening and developing our skills and stuff after each other. And even to the point where his mother bought him a Tandy 1000 computer, a PC, personal computer. At that time, that was something like unheard of for you to have a computer in your house. And so I used to go over there and we used to challenge each other. We would write computer programs to see who could make the computer do what. And so, after that, we decided that's what we wanted to pursue as careers. And so in the 10th grade, we both decided that we were going to be systems analysts one day. And of course, our hopes were dashed when the guidance counselor told us, you can't. That field, you all can't do that field. Don't go into that field. Let me guide you towards something else. And Coach Quarles at the time, football coach, he didn't take much. No nonsense kind of coach. But he told that guidance counselor, and I'll never forget the conversation that he had with her. He told her and reminded her job was not to tell us what we cannot be.
Right.
but rather to give us a set of instructions,
Right.
set of courses
Right.
that we needed to take
Right.
in order to become
accomplish
what
that.
it was that
Right.
we wanted to become.
Right.
And of course, that next semester, we were the only guys in the typing class. Y'all remember typewriters?
Oh,
right?
yeah. I had Miss Seiler, so I understand that.
I understand. So we went from that point to just pushing each other right on through high school, finished high school. He went to North Carolina A&T, became a computer engineering major, and I was a computer science major at Norfolk State on a baseball scholarship there at Norfolk State.
That's awesome how you all could have that healthy competition and still be friends.
Oh, yeah, to this day.
That's wonderful. It's also a testament to kind of who you hang around. You often say who you hang around. You show me who you hang around, I'll show you who you'll be.
You show me who you hang around, I can show you where you're headed.
Wow.
You show me the 5 people that you're hanging around, I can show you where you're headed. If that's a consistent thing that you do on a regular basis, and that's your circle of influence. And so it's critical that they bond with the right people, the right circle, have the right people around you. And that's important for, as a coach, look at the success of the programs I've had. When I look at the circle, my inner circle of people I had around me, who were my arms and my ears and my eyes, we were unstoppable. When I had another circle group of coaches around me who wanted to do their own thing, and I think we should do this a different way, or I'll never forget the one statement I heard. Coach would say, "Hey, Coach, man, you keep doing the old school stuff. You got to catch up with this new stuff, Coach." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Coach, have you noticed what's going on around us?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Coach, if you're not cheating, you're not trying." Goes against everything that that just shook me to my core. I'm like,
But that's what we always appreciated about you, that you were somebody not only trying to develop an athlete to win a game,
right,
but you were developing young men,
right,
turning boys into men,
right,
and what characteristics, what
right,
foundation was going to go into developing them to be contributing citizens to society and become successful in their pursuit to raise their own families.
right.
That's what it's really all
That's
about.
what it's all about. You want to turn boys into men and have a respect for yourself and your family and the organization that you work for.
Absolutely.
And that's critical. And we want them to be successful husbands,
Yep.
To raise their own family, because as my coach Dick Price said, you got to throw the rope back.
That was Coach Price's saying.
Yes, throw the rope back so the next person can get over. It's not about you. And one of the things I like about Jimmy Fry, he said, "It's not about me. It's about you.
Yep.
What do you need? How can I help?"
Absolutely.
And I think Chick-fil-A got it right. May I serve you? How can I help you?
Those great gentlemen that you just mentioned, Dick Price and Mr. Fry. I mean, all of the great people, great men,
Right.
great coaches that we've had in our lives, we're made up of those individuals, those people, those experiences that we've had with them. I had Mr. Fry as my junior high school principal.
Wow.
At Truett Junior High. He was our principal. Coach Price,
Right.
over at Norfolk State. At that time, when I was there, he was the athletic director.
Yeah.
But I remember vividly, as you mentioned, that after winning the CIAA championship right there on the field, we were so elated and excited about the fact that we had won this championship. We knew all the blood, sweat, and tears that had gone into that season, the practices in the wintertime, the summer and August heat, and all of that, only to prepare ourselves for the regular season.
That's right.
But as we walked off the field and won, and we asked Coach Price and Miller, what is it that I can do to repay this wonderful feeling of being a champion here at Norfolk State? Mm-hmm. And Coach Price said, I want you to look at the ROTC. they're doing their PT exercises, and it was right next to the baseball field.
Right.
It was a huge wall. I don't know if you remember that huge wall that was there. And they lined up one by one. And each one of them would run over, grab the rope, rappel themselves all the way up to the top, and then they would disappear on the other side. He said, but not one of them are so selfish that they take the rope with them.
Right.
He said, always throw the rope back.
Wow.
Always, because there's a bunch of people who are waiting to come after you.
That's right.
So look at that model.
That's right.
And we want you all to kind of carry yourselves that way and remember that other people are coming after you when you leave Norfolk State.
Right.
And that's what we have always tried to do, is throw the rope back.
Throw the rope back and
So
leave a
thank
legacy.
you for that reminder.
Yes, sir.
It's great coaches and mentors and educators like that. That's probably part of the reason why we have some of the best athletes in Hampton Roads, some of the best athletes in the country right here in Hampton Roads, because that coaching, when people are young and developing, really makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you want to catch them young. So there's a great scripture. You're going to bend the tree while it's young, because when they get older, then they don't depart from what the direction you want them to go. You want to aim them at the target. All right, and so and that's what's critical with parents. You want to make sure that you're aiming your child, your son, your daughter at the target. And when you do that, that means you're going to give of your time, give of your talents. You're going to put yourself in situations where it's not about you as a parent, but it's about that next generation that you're raising.
Right.
And so, when you watch, if you got sons or daughters, if they're aimed at the target, even if they miss a little bit, they're going to land on a successful
Shoot for the
spot.
moon,
Right.
you'll land amongst the stars.
Shoot for the
That's
moon,
right.
and you'll land
Benjamin
among the
Mays,
stars.
one of
That's
y'all's
right.
frat brothers.
Yes,
That's right.
That was one of his great quotes.
That's exactly right.
That's
We'll do that. That's right.
And that's a great
Absolutely.
segue, but I just want to remind our audience that we're here coaching with Cadillac and Bonita, talking with Delegate Cliff Hayes. And this is just some great tidbits that help the parents who are watching and teachers and other people that are invested in young people and helping them be successful. They can watch this and learn some of the things from your experience that can help them build the next generation. And it's one of the things that you talked about, you and your wife with your girls. You all did the same thing. You pour it into the next generation. Do you want to share a little bit about that as well?
Well, in terms of raising the girls and them being involved in athletics,
It's a different dynamic.
I guess at a different age now, we look at life much different than we did when we were younger and they were younger. I knew, for instance, as you were mentioning about you want to start them young, the fundamentals are so important. And no matter what you do, and what sport you're talking about, what vocation you're talking about, or any aspect of life, that if you get the fundamentals down
Right.
and you rehearse or revisit those fundamentals and keep repetition over and over again, those fundamentals, doing it the right way over and over again, muscle memory starts to kick in, where it becomes a natural thing for you to be able to achieve certain feats. And so,
Train up a child, speaking of scripture.
but looking back on it all, you think about your kids and you start to expect certain things out of them because you know the mistakes that you've made. You know the good things that you've done that worked. And so at that point, this is my experiment.
You want to see them do better than you.
You
Than
wanna see them do
better than we've done.
better than we did.
Right.
And so Felicia kind of naturally just kind of fell into loving baseball, following my dad, and he playing baseball. I play baseball. So I started, with the catch in the yard and seeing what I could do to encourage her to stick with it. And she started loving it and liking it. And then we go to the batting cage. I said, come on over here. I put her in the batting cage with the fast pitch. And so she stayed over there for a while. Then we ended up signing her up in South Norfolk to play baseball. So unlike a lot of the other girls who were playing underhand pitch.
Yeah.
At 5 years old, she was playing the baseball pitch
Wow.
with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thought behind that was that the same notion that I thought about playing with the folks that were older than me,
Right.
I thought that if she got out there with these little boys and started hitting off of them,
Right.
whenever she stepped into the realm of someone pitching the underhand, she won't have a problem.
Right. Right.
And
No fear.
that's exactly what happened. She went out there, the only girl on the team, or the only girl in the league, for that matter. And she was hitting home runs and crushing the egos of the little boys. They was joking each other, man, that girl hit a home run after you. So
that's right.
It became, a good tool to kind of prepare them for life as well.
Right.
Tonicia was involved in dance and gymnastics all of her life, and that grit involved with those type of activities and sports does something to you as well. I think that helped develop her character as well. Yeah,
absolutely. How important would you all say family and community support is to helping a young athlete develop and get to that next level?
It's critical not only for an athlete, but any young person, period.
Yeah.
To know that they have the support is something probably they look forward to. I can tell you, as a young athlete, I can recall being in high school, I didn't want to show it in front of my friends, that I'm, my mom is here, my dad is here.
You're too cool.
Yeah, you're too cool for that. So, but it did do something to know that whenever you were about to play or whatever, they would be there, dad there to give you pointers on what you messed up on, how you could have done better. Let's do it better the next time, etc.
For me, it was simply, I grew up in a different environment from you, Cliff. I grew up on a farm. We had over 100 hogs and farmland as far as you could see. And I remember picking 30 bushes of cucumbers in one row. And so for me, it was, I didn't know at the time, but to be in the fields picking cucumbers and feeding the hogs before I had to go to school and, those kind of things. If they got out, I had to go get them back in before I got on the bus and all that. And it was made me mentally tough.
Oh, yeah.
And so when
what else can
you? So I wasn't
can stop you.
Right. So
what else can you be confronted with?
Yeah. What else can I?
And that's how he learned to tackle.
And that's how
they weren't bigger kids. They were big animals.
So a 200-pound hog get out, and I would tackle him. And so what was a guy? What was
absolutely?
And so I couldn't wait to get. I was trying to get away from the farm. I was trying to run away from the farm. My dad would take me to a game, and I remember one of the times he said, the coach told me some skills, techniques. He said, boy, why don't you, when you first go out there, just hit him as hard as you can, and then watch what happens after that. And I hit this kid, and he was running from me from the rest of the day.
There you go.
And that just was a spark. I was trying to get away from the farm, and all the hard work. And so the kids was like, Cadillac, aren't you tired? So you guys don't know what tired is. You don't
all
have
day chasing
all day.
hogs.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know what tired is. So I came from a whole different dynamic, and it just taught me mental toughness. It taught me discipline. It taught me something. I was playing a sport that could get me away from the farm, and something that I truly enjoyed. And my dad loved watching, the NFL and watching the Cowboys play and all of that. And I just fell in love with them as my favorite team. And
that was unfortunate, but we'll forgive you.
Yeah, we'll let you. Well, I mean, that's your parents participating in your upbringing, whether you're on the field or off the field. They need to be in every aspect of your life, so that they can monitor you when you think the coach made a bad call or official made a bad call, and your parents are going to tell you straight.
That's right.
Yeah, the good parents are going to tell you straight. They're not going to blame someone else, all right?
Or sugarcoat it.
Or sugarcoat it. It's going to be you dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You missed the tackle. You
Yeah, you got to do better.
You got to do better.
Yeah.
I remember in our later years after we were playing softball, it was neat to play softball with some of my coaches. That
Right.
was my former coaches, Gavin Harris,
Yeah.
Charlie Stooks.
Yep.
They were actually players on the team, and my dad was coaching.
Wow.
And I'll never forget being out at Greenbrier Park, and we were playing for the championship. I was playing in the infield, and a ball was hit somewhat of a loop across the infield, heading towards right field, but it was shallow.
Right.
So it was difficult for the outfield, the right fielder, to come in and make the catch.
Right.
So I was running out in the infield, and I had to dive to try to catch the ball.
Right.
I dove, and as I came down, it knocked the wind
out of you.
and I was laid out on the
Oh my goodness.
and Stoops came running out there, Gavin came running out there to try to come to the rescue to see if I was all right.
Right.
And my dad said, "You all right?" Now I know you all right. Why didn't you catch the ball? He was right there.
That's exactly
He said,
right.
"You should could have caught the ball. You go through all of that. You should have caught the ball." So yeah, those are fun times though, to be able to be out there with them and to circle back with them in
Right.
the later years, and it just helped you appreciate those fine coaches that we had.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you, Cadillac, being that coach, you think you know how many people you've impacted, but I guarantee you, you don't even have an idea of the number of people that you've impacted, because they were the players that played for you,
Right.
but it also were many other people who wanted to play, never came out,
Right.
but they knew who you were. They
Right.
saw you. They saw how you treated the players that you had, the type of camaraderie that you had with them. That impact is lasting,
Right.
not only for those players, but a community of
Yeah.
kids as well. So thank you for the time that you put in, the many hours. We know
Right.
that it's not just, Friday night. Most of those wins were because of the X's and the O's
Right.
that went up on the board when nobody else was around.
Right.
While you were waiting for the other coaches, your assistant coaches, to show up,
Right.
you were meditating, you were thinking about what strategy you would use. You were at home
Looking at
thinking
film
about it,
over
looking
and over.
at film over and over
I can
again.
testify as a football widow during football season.
I mean, all of that
Takes a lot.
is a lot, and it's a lot of sacrifice that goes into that.
Well, thanks. Thank you.
Absolutely.
When you love something, you demonstrate
It's
you
not
love. You
work.
spend time. It's work.
It's not work.
It's not work at all.
It's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love, and and then when you see the fruits of your labor, where a kid is transformed, thinking that they could never play at this certain level. But for us and our staff, it was like, once I saw you demonstrate that you could do it, now how consistent can you be at it?
There you go.
And then putting the kid in a position to succeed, where other coaches would blame the kid. Well, you put him in a position where he's, he can't. That's his strength is not catching the ball. His strength is not covering. His strength is maybe rushing off the edge. So, that's a God-given talent. That to be able to see the talent, the strengths and weaknesses of a player, and placing them in the same position so they can be successful. Put them in a position to be successful. I think that's great coaching. And the great Billy Graham said a coach can impact. I'll never forget. He said, a coach can impact more players in 1 year than most people can in a lifetime.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. That's exactly why I said what I said.
And I'm amazed by the number of kids, men and young ladies that will come up and go, because I coach football and track. It's like the impact, and they can quote exactly what I said to them.
Yes, sir.
I never played sports, but I always admired people that were involved in sports. I did grow up tough, though. I tried to explain to my husband that I had to get up early, too, to practice my piano lessons.
Not the same.
And ballet, and I was on the debate team. But one thing that is similar to, well, like the debate team and things like that, that is similar to an athlete, is that you're part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Part of a team. And that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and to put the time in,
Yeah.
and then to push yourself, no matter what that activity is, whether it's sports or, as you
Debate.
mentioned, playing debating,
Thank
or
you.
Piano.
Ping pong. Oh, piano,
to
yes.
know what
Yeah.
you've put into it, you've pushed yourself,
Yep.
and it's just so gratifying when you get to that point of victory.
Absolutely.
To watch yourself do something that you know a year ago,
Yep.
you look at where you were and how far you've come, it's so gratifying. It gives you a greater hunger
Right.
to see how you can do even better.
Right. It makes me think about a quote from the great tennis player, Billie Jean King. She said, "Failure may be the beginning or even the middle, but never let it be the end."
There you go.
And sometimes you learn more from failure than you do your successes.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Just can't let it be the end.
And I can think back on all kinds of scenarios and situations in baseball, or football for that matter. But in baseball, as you know, you can't afford to contemplate, keep thinking about whatever mistake you just
The
made.
ones you miss,
Because the next at bat is coming.
Yeah.
If you're playing football, you know you back there in that defense playing a corner or safety, and somebody just caught a pass on you or something. You cannot afford to just get down on the fact that you missed that tackle or whatever, because the next play is coming. And the question is, are you going to be ready for the next play and not make the same mistake that you made? Getting back to baseball, you come up there for your first at bat, you may not be fully loose yet, you know? And so that first at bat, if you hit a grounder and ground out, well, you got 3 more at bats. And that's a lesson that we all can learn about life. You know, if you're on a job and something doesn't go well, well, just know you got 3 more at bats.
Right.
Think about what it was that caused you to miss that pitch you swung at. What was it? Did you pull your head out too soon? Was the pitch outside? You tried to pull it, but you should have driven it to right field. Whatever it was,
analyze it.
Analyze it, go back and look at it, figure it out, so that when you step into the box the next time, you're ready.
You'll be ready, One of the things that Cadillac and I wanted you to talk about, Cliff, is we were thinking about how many elected officials have sports backgrounds, like yourself. Here locally, our good friend, Senator Aaron Rouse, even Governor Youngkin had an athletic background. How important do you think that is to a successful career in politics? And would you encourage more young athletes to consider politics as a career?
Well, I encourage athletes to go into any endeavor. If you're an athlete and you've put that time in, it's a lot that you can learn from being an athlete. Whether it's baseball, football, basketball, you definitely are going to learn about how to be a team player if you're going to be successful, if you're going to do it right. Being a team player matters. Can't have thin skin. You got to have thick skin because people are going to be yelling all kinds of stuff,
especially in this climate,
saying that we don't like you, we hate you, how dare you, could you do blah blah blah. And if you don't have thick skin, you'll get drawn into trying to debate one individual about something, and they may not even really matter to the situation.
All right, gentlemen, any final thoughts that you want to share with those watching today that are
Man,
helping?
I'm so glad to have Cliff on the show today. And, and the nuggets that he dropped. And, I mean, then parents, student athletes can learn, you know, about behavior, about grit, about the one thing we didn't talk about is the injuries that are also associated with the sport that we play, because understanding injury can take you out, and you can put all that work in and you can get injured. But if you still love the sport, you will work your way back through it and demonstrate, and you'll be even a better player because of it. And so just having the grit and the focus and the desire and determination and the love for what you, for the sport that you're in, and knowing that you can be injured, and that's just a part of the game. as we say in football, you get knocked down, but you got to get back up. That's what's important, and play the next play. And life is like that. You might have a bad day today, but understand tomorrow's coming, and so you can be better for tomorrow.
That's right.
You take what happened today and be better for tomorrow, and then those nuggets of wisdom that was dropped on us today by Cliff and that we share with the audience, I think it's gonna you'll get a lot of miles out of it. And there's certainly some ingredients for success. Thank you, Cliff, for coming on.
Thanks so
absolutely.
much. And I just want to add another point that Cliff made when you were telling the stories is the importance of education and the importance of having a backup
critical.
plan, and how you used to make your players go to study hall before they even could go to football practice.
Right.
Because if you end up getting injured or you end up deciding that professional sports is not for you, you have another plan.
Sports, yeah.
Or college sports is not for you. And you started learning, information technology early, and that ended up becoming a wonderful career for you.
I was doubly blessed. When I was in the 10th grade, there were only two things that I wanted to do in life. I wanted to advance beyond high school. I actually wanted to play professionally in baseball. And I love technology. And to have received the baseball scholarship to take care of my education and learn technology, I was doubly blessed to be able to be in that situation.
Right. And I certainly agree with you. Getting a full scholarship in football from Norfolk State, and the head coach then was Robert Ledbetter, who set the foundation, and Coach Price was on his staff, and he took over after that. So to be able to have men like that in your life, and not only that, but teachers in my life.
That whole climate.
Libby Predmore, and all those people were in places where I was the only African-American kid on my football team at Kensville High School.
Yes, sir.
So, and I was the captain of the football team at Kensville High School.
Yes, sir.
And went on at Norfolk State and did the same thing. But it was all those people, Wally French, all those people, Tommy Rhodes.
All along the way.
All those people who were stepping stones to help Cadillac get to this point in life.
That's right.
All those people are part of the fabric of who we are. And for you to embrace those, and for me to embrace those, and have the university to just cultivate those things.
The village.
It takes a village to raise a child, and I'm thankful to God that I was raised in that kind of village.
Because if you want to go fast, go alone.
Right.
If you want to go far,
collaborate.
go with others.
That's right.
Collaborate.
That's
go with
right.
others. Absolutely. All right, great lessons, you guys. Thank you so much, Cliff. We have to have you back on the show because you have so many great stories and pearls of wisdom to share with young people. So I'm sure that everyone today got a lot out of it. And we're also grateful to be here at the Mount.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah.
In Chesapeake, and this wonderful Keys to the Kingdom
faith,
studio.
Family and church and just fellowship that we have here at the Mount.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It is a blessing.
It's a blessing to be at the Mount under tremendous leadership, to be fed the right things on a daily basis,
absolutely,
not just on Sundays, and having the resources that they have to make sure that all of us can be better when we walk out of the door.
Yep.
It's a wonderful thing.
We just get real life lessons here.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about you and your best friend and how you all sharpened each other, I thought about how Bishop Kim Brown used to say, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle.
That's exactly right.
Good lesson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today. I know you got a lot of pearls of wisdom from the conversations, and just make sure that you apply them to your own life.
Whether it's sports or piano lessons or debate, apply those techniques to your life and you'll go far.
See you next time. Take care.
Bye.